are now listening to The West Side of THA Afterparty.com.
This is best-selling author, speaker, and confidence master Roseanney Liu at the After Party radio show Live Out Loud with Roseanney. Join me as I chat with experts in international travels, parenting, nonfiction writing, and multipreneurship, bringing you the best solutions to trending issues to live out loud the life you want. Join me on the first and third Wednesday of each month from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you there at the After Party. Live Out Loud with Roseanney. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Live Out Loud with Roseanney. I'm Roseanney Liu. I'm an author, multipreneur, speaker, podcast show host, and I'm so glad to kick off today's show at the After Party Inglewood with my friend James Lott Jr.
It's me, girl. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Your first show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for connecting me to Ms. Montana.
Montana, girl.
Montana.
Yep.
To Ms. Brittany, our awesome audio
Pretty
engineer.
love.
And you know, I said in the beginning of the year, you know, we are both multipreneurs, and I really want to have my show to kick off the new year. That's my next thing. And something we have in common, okay, is that we both love doing lots of different things. So I just want to share with our audience how we met a little bit and why we kind of fell into friendship with each other.
We did.
I was thinking it was 3 years ago. We met through our lovely friend Angela Durrell, who's a journalist.
Yes.
And she was interviewing me and my daughter for one of my first books,
Yes.
How to Survive Elementary School. And you did what now? And at the end of the interview, Angela said, you know, Roseanney, I have this other friend who's larger than life,
Yes.
vibrant,
me.
a firecracker. I'm like,
No.
I think you guys really get along. You know, why don't you send your book to my friend James and see if he likes it? And if he likes it, maybe he'll interview you on his show. A lot of help. And I said, yeah, I'm always up for meeting new people. Why not? So I sent you my book. You read it over a weekend during your vacation by the pool.
I did, yes.
And you told me you cracked up over a part I said in my book, You Did What Now, that people should not hold their little pets inside purses and carry them like accessories.
I had a dog at the time, little dog at the time.
And you did that, right? You carry your dog in a little bag.
In peace, but Scrabble, shout out to Scrabble. But yes, it made me laugh. Yes.
So we kind of bonded over that and
did.
just hit it off over your show.
And became friends.
And became friends. And I know, obviously, you're larger than life. You also do multiple things as I do. And that's why I fell in love with watching your career as it unfolds before my eyes. It just keeps going up and up and up.
Thank you.
One of the things that we talk about on this show is multipreneurship. People who do more than one thing in business because they're multi-passionate, like you and I. We talk about parenting, international travels, and nonfiction writing, which is something both you and I do. So in terms of multipreneurship, I met you first as a podcaster because I went on your show. And then I got to know you as a super organizer. Didn't know that you did that for almost 12 years.
Yes,
like
11 years
when you
now,
first meet James on the street, you wouldn't exactly pin, him as an professional organizer, but that's been your bread and butter for many years.
Yes, it has.
So tell our audience, for those of you people who are new to my show, how you got started as a super organizer and what happened after that led you to other passions.
So I was 40 years old, and I wanted to change my whole entire life. I was living in San Francisco. I was tired of the cold weather, and I was never warm, but just twice, 2 weeks out of November or October.
Yeah.
I hated that. And then it was expensive also, and I didn't like what I was doing. And I came home to L.A., back to a house that I grew up in. I took over the house, and I was like, well, what do I want to do? Like, I don't know. Let's the slate is clean. I literally started from scratch. Like, I literally started from scratch. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just kind of move around. I'll do some acting. I'll do some of this, do some of that. But I sat down on a pad of paper and wrote down all the jobs I ever had. This is a good test for everybody. And I wrote down not the things I didn't like, the things I liked about each job.
Yeah.
And I started circling. And things were repeating themselves. I like people. I like working these kind of hours. I like filing. I like systems. I like, oh. And my Aunt Faith, shout out to my Aunt Faith, said to me, there's a business in here. I don't know what it is, but there's a business in here. And I always thought entrepreneurs were for somebody else. Me, an entrepreneur. I was always that person who advanced at every single job I ever went to.
Yeah.
I'm an overachiever. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So I'd be the best employee.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Be an employee, and then you retire at 65, and you go on vacations.
Yeah.
I did not realize that the entrepreneurial spirit was in me the whole time.
Yeah.
At each job, I would create things, policy. I would create systems.
You became a leader
Yeah.
in each of your jobs because
Yeah.
you found out how to do something better while you were in that role.
Yes, and I was also a multitasker at jobs.
Yeah.
I knew all the jobs, and so it's just like it was in me, and I didn't even know it. But I think that year, turning 40, I decided to stay focused on being open to the universe.
Yeah.
And that's what, and I literally, I mean, everything was divine intervention. The name to organizer came to me in a dream.
Yeah.
Organizing came to me by a book by Julie Morgenstern, Organizing from the Inside Out. And I found this book, like it literally landed in my lap, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a business. That's a thing. You can do that and get paid for it."
Yeah.
And so I was doing side acting, kind of as a kind of thing. I was on House. I was on a show called Privilege. I did a couple commercials, but acting is like very fickle, and I needed something more steady. And so I went to be an entrepreneur. No, but I wanted something that was a little more stabler than acting.
Yeah.
Because still being an entrepreneur is not stable either. But I found a lot of work. Started out from one client at a time, and I found that this is my calling.
Yeah. The referrals just started rolling in, and then one thing led to another, and people were like, "Oh, I need to have my place organized. Who do you know?" And they automatically just say your name.
Word of mouth
Right?
is everything.
In a lot of businesses, it is.
Yes.
That's why you want to do the best you can for every client, because you don't know what bridge that leads to. Right?
Very, 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 very true.
So you've been doing that for 10, 12 years.
Now 11 years now.
11 years. So how did being a super organizer lead to having successful podcasts, hosting shows? Like you do being an author.
Yes.
Like what was the next stepping stone on the ladder?
Good question. So about 5 years of doing that, then I started a blog. My brother was like, "Start a blog." I'm like, "Blog? Again, blogging's for somebody else." But I'm a writer. To me, I'm a writer first above anything else. I'm a writer. I write all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, I guess I'll just be writing. But what do I write about? He goes, "Well, for your business. Like just kind of just be you, be James Lott Jr.,
Yeah.
but be the super organizer." So I started the superorganizeruniverse.com. And it just celebrated 6 years right now. 6 years. Been writing it. I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Almost 1,700 posts.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I got guest bloggers on there. I mean, okay, it's grown since then. But when I first started, I was like, I'll do a blog. So then I did a blog for about a year, and then, what you said earlier, someone saw my blog and said, "Hi, we're a radio station in Whittier called Adrenaline Radio. Would you like to do a show?"
Yeah.
My dream since I was a child, since I turned 13 and got this deep voice, was to be on radio. That was, I mean, more than anything else I've ever done in my life. I was like, I want to be on radio.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll come in for a meeting.
Yeah.
And they were like, "We like your blog. What can you do?" I go, "Well, I can turn my blog into every episode, I guess."
Yeah.
Now, 5 years later, it's still out there. I've organized a show with James Lott Jr., and that's how it started. It's like that became the next thing. So the blog led to the actual radio show, now podcast. So those two things happen. Moving along. I started another company called Black Hope Productions, JLJ Media, and I said I like doing media, so I'm going to start producing my own stuff. I want to own my own things. I learned that from Prince and people like that.
Yeah.
Own your own stuff, folks, if you can.
Own your own stuff.
Own your own stuff.
It's your intellectual property.
Yep.
You know, no one else should have the rights to it but you. Right? So that reminds me, if your thing is not copywritten or patented, by all means, get a copywritten and patented before you send it out into the world, right? Yeah. And then what happened?
And so then I started doing just videos here and there. I was exploring YouTube. Then I went to a dinner party, and I met a friend of mine who was a friend of a friend, and he said, "There's this show called AfterBuzz TV. It's a network, and they're doing a show for Days of Our Lives."
Yeah.
And I watched the soaps.
Yeah.
I watched the soaps.
Another thing that's surprising about you, right?
Yeah, I watched soaps. I watched since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, an after show, what's that?
Yeah.
So you guys out there don't know this. An after show means there's a show that talks about the show that aired. So AfterBuzz TV started by Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos. Basically, all the shows deal with shows that are on television.
Right.
So any show you can think of, Modern Family, The Circle, whatever,
Yeah.
they're all have an after show there.
Yeah. It's like the office water cooler that everybody has, talking about what happened at the Bachelor
Yes.
on Tuesday,
Yes.
right? Because it airs Monday night, but then you bring it to the TV format.
Yes. It's like your best friends talking.
Mm-hmm.
You're super fans of the show. You're talking about it. Now, the bonus is you also can bring in guests from the shows. The networks, we work with the networks, so people come in. You get to meet the everything. So anyway, I go, Jane should come on as a TV host. I go, TV host? I've never done that before. But I'm a yes person, as you know.
You're a yes
I can do
man.
it. Sure, I can do it. And then I went on to the set and to be a guest host. And I got on set, and I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah.
I saw the lights and the cameras, and I was like,
like,
I'm home.
It's like, this is me. This is where I belong.
That's why I was like, you can't get rid of me. And so I started doing guest hosting, and then the fans liked me.
Yeah.
And they were like, you want to come on as a permanent host. But then, that's the next step. I became a host on an after show.
Yeah.
Then I said, well, the other soaps don't have after shows. What are you going to do? James, go out and find people, put together shows. So I became a creator.
Yeah.
A show creator, just like that.
Yeah.
So I went on Craigslist back then, and I started looking for people, and I found 4 co-hosts and started the one for General Hospital.
Yeah.
Then I started the one for Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah.
I started the one for Young and the Restless. So I was a producer. Within 6 months, I became a producer, showrunner, creator, and then lead host of these shows.
It's like when you see a hole in a thing, and you can't find anybody else to fill it, why not fill it yourself, kind of thing?
What's the phrase? If you don't see it, be it.
Exactly. Or build it, it will come, or something, right? You build a lot of stuff.
Yes, I find the audience. But so then that became that, and then through the fandom I got from the AfterBuzz TV fans, which I love you guys very much, I became people like me for some reason. So other opportunities started happening on the side.
Yeah, yeah.
And so over the last 5 years, I've become a recording artist.
Yeah.
I become an author.
I love your dance hit, by the way.
Yes.
I think it was your first single, and it's so catchy.
We're going to play it on here today. We're going to play it today. I picked it. We're going to play it today. I am ready.
We'll play it out during the commercial, guys.
So I started writing books. I started doing music. I started doing spoken word. I started doing all these things, but they all were born actually out of all the stuff I've been doing.
Right.
And in the middle of all that, I went back to school. I have a doctorate in divinity. And I became a certified life coach.
Yes, I saw that. Yep.
So I have all that going on too. I have a lot of letters after my name. So
that is why he has so many initials.
I do. Everybody laughs.
Behind his name. Okay, I was like, what are all these initials? What are all these certificates? He's just so talented and is many, many things. Now, you and I do lots of different things. I'm an author too.
Yes, you are.
And now I'm a host, and I do lots of different things. So we are risk takers. We are yes people. We say yes to opportunities. But what do you say to those people who have who are really risk averse? They don't normally jump in, even when the opportunity presents itself. They tend to play it safe. They would say, well, I've never done that before. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What can you say to our friends who are more risk averse, who tend to say no to the big things, so that we can help them live more out loud, as the show says? What can we say to these friends?
I would say to you, look at me. At 40 years old, I started from scratch, and in the last 11 years, I have built a mini empire. And that's not because I'm extra special or I'm a unicorn or that only I can do it. I'm an example that anyone at any age can do it if you embrace the fear and walk through it. That's the point. Fear is just a manifestation of just 1,000 different things. Fear will tell you 1,000 different things on why you shouldn't do it. I always tell my life coaching clients when they say, well, what if it doesn't work out? I go, but what if it does?
Exactly.
And I stop talking. I go, just what if it does? What if they say no? I go, what if they say yes?
Yeah. What about the flip side?
It's like, why do we always go straight to the negative?
Negative.
And I know for a lot of us, people of color, which we are, and women, men, certain ages, all kinds of stuff. I know there's a lot of things that will seem like stumbling blocks. They're not. They may seem that way. Don't whine. Embrace all of that and still push through.
Still push through.
You have to push. You have to be like almost like I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull in a china shop. I just knock all the
You bring
china.
in your horns and you just
I do.
break walls down.
I do.
I'm a Scorpio. I just bring my stinger.
See, there you go, girl. See, but that's the thing. It's like we're not extra special. We're not holding the magic. We're saying that you have it too.
Yeah.
And just you have to. Fear is part of life. You're gonna be fearful. I get scared of certain things too sometimes, but I still get out of bed and I still send that email, or I still make that phone call, or I still pitch that meeting, or they say no, life goes on.
Exactly.
Doesn't work out, life goes on.
Just like, with this show, this is my first episode.
Yes, it is.
And I knew 4 people in my life who had their own show, radio, podcast, and whatnot, more than that, actually. And I reached out to all 4, including you. So it was no, until I talked to you. So, and of course, it worked out for the better. But yes, you're gonna meet a lot of doors that shut in your way. But that doesn't mean you don't still go out and try to knock on the next door or try to open that next door, because maybe that next one is your golden ticket.
I always tell people, okay, so the one of the main things I do is podcasting. I have 8 active podcasts.
Oh, God, wow.
And 3 TV shows. So I book all those myself.
Yeah.
I do all the bookings myself.
Wow.
Now, I've done it for so long now. I have people who come to me and want to be on my show, so it's a little easier than it used to be.
Yeah.
But I still have to ask some people sometimes. And out of all that time, I've only had 4 people say no to me. Everyone else has said yes.
That's very good odds.
4 people.
That's very good stats.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Out of hundreds of people I've interviewed. So that's the point.
Amazing.
That's the point. It's like you'll get a few no's. Maybe they weren't the right guests.
Exactly.
Maybe you thought they were, but maybe they wouldn't have been a good guest.
Maybe the timing wasn't right for you guys to have that interview then.
Yes.
Until something else
Oh,
blows up.
I waited for a guest for 2 years. Dr. Steve Perry, I love you, from my A Lot of Help podcast. I waited 2 years, and he was finally available, and it was one of the best interviews I ever had. It was worth it. And I have to say, last year, I met my girl, Christian Alfonso, from Days of Our Lives, Plays Hope. 36 years I waited to meet her.
Wow.
And when I met her, I cried like a baby.
Oh, my God.
And we had a great interview. And everybody was part of it, and her co-star was part of it. Everybody knew this was a big moment. The fans knew.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for it. We talked online for years. So I'm like telling you, it really does. Patience is good.
Yeah.
Patience is good.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. So one of your, primary things is that you're a professional organizer, and you do so many different things. Like you said, you have 8 podcasts, books, gigs, hosting things.
So let me tell you.
Right.
So for the super organizer arm of my business, because I expanded it recently.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have the business, which I'm doing two clients tomorrow, actually.
Whoa, yay.
2 clients tomorrow. And then I have the SOS show with James Lott Jr., my weekly radio podcast show.
Yeah.
And then I have a new series on YouTube that I started called the Super Organizer Man in the Professional Organizing Industry series. And I talk about what it's like to be a man in this female-dominated industry. It's getting me a lot of attention. People like it. Women have loved it. Been loving hearing my takes on stuff.
That's fascinating.
So you can get on my YouTube channel, JLJ Media.
Yeah.
And then I joined TikTok.
Oh, yes.
I'm having huge success. So I started an exclusive series on there too, because I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
It's called How to Get Super Organized in Under a Minute.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that.
And so it's getting me thousands of hits.
TikTok is the latest thing.
So I decided, why not? So I started a little series over there too, so I have that going on also. And then I do a few videos here and there on organizing tips here and there. So that's kind of my umbrella for that.
My question is, because you do so many different things, and your background is you're a professional organizer, but for those of us who are not as organized, how do we keep ourselves organized so that we can actually accomplish and finish certain things, so that it's not all up in the air or in our head? How do we make shit happen and stay organized? What are some couple tools of trade?
I will give you some. One, it's almost like meal prep. Sunday nights or Sundays is when I really look at the week and see what's going on. And I look at each day and fill in what I need to fill in, take things out or whatever. I'm a person who's all about lists. I literally write down lists. Yeah. And I go, okay, these are the 10 things I can do today. And so I separate them in 3 categories. One is must do. These are things I must do today, or else I'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
2 is I would like to do,
yeah,
but it could be pushed until tomorrow if I don't get through them today.
Yeah.
And then there is I would love to do, but I could do it in a week. So it's still on the list.
Yeah.
And my goal is by the end of the week, I will have done them.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, I don't want to stress myself out.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be flexible, but still organized. I found this way for me has worked.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do have a list of things I'm going to do,
Yeah.
but also, if I don't finish that one spreadsheet today, and it's not even due until next Monday,
It'll be okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But I still have it on the list. Move it to the next day.
Right.
It moves up the chain. Everything moves up the chain. There's some things that are immediately, definitely that day. Like I have show day, so I'm like. Show days, the show rundown is important for that day. Or another day I might be doing some filming of a series. Then I got to take care of the guests for that day. Like there's certain things that every day I do, but there are things that just kind of, come up and you just kind of, it's a list. You just move the list. You rotate the list.
What if, and this happens to me sometimes, how do you handle when something that is supposed to take 4 hours ends up taking 8 hours or more and God, it's a train wreck for everything else on the list.
That happens.
Everything else has to be moved back. But shit, you still got deadlines. What do we do when something takes a lot longer than you expected?
Well, my thing is, then you look at that list and see, really, be honest, which things have to be done that day or not. And so if it takes 8 hours, because that happens sometimes, like one day I had a computer problem that took like 5 hours, or I had a call that took like 3 hours instead of an hour. Life happens.
Yeah.
It just happens. It doesn't happen all the time. It shouldn't happen all the time for you guys. If it happens all the time for you guys, then something's wrong. But occasionally it does happen. So I just forgive myself, and if I don't finish them, I don't finish them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's as real as I get. If there's time, I may make the decision to stay up extra late to finish something, and that maybe or get up extra early the next day. That's those choices too.
Yeah.
Okay, well tomorrow I'll get up at 6 instead of 8, and take that hour to play catch up maybe for a few things. Or you say, screw it, I get to it today. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, don't stress about it. Just do what we can. Move on with it.
You're human. That's
we are. Maybe not you.
Yeah, I'm human too, girl. I'm human.
I mean, you're pretty Superman about everything you do. I know I'm human. I don't know about you.
I'm human. I want people to understand that I'm very real about my branding, which is all just about being relatable and human. And there are things that just, you can't get to them sometimes. Sometimes you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Just can't.
Now, I'm so excited about one of your latest projects.
Okay.
This huge company approached you and say,
Yes.
we have these products. You're probably the best person to help us move these products and teach people how to use them. So your latest thing is teaching how people can use certain organizers at Michael's arts and crafts store, which I try to avoid Michael's, except when I have to pick up shit for my kids' art project for school. I mean, it's like mind-boggling the kind of stuff they have.
Yes.
So tell me how the Michael's project came about. How did they find you, and what's your next class that you'll be teaching?
Well, I wish that it was exciting like that, exciting like you said, but it wasn't actually. Here's the deal. So I am online. I'm a Michael's member. I like Michael's, and I saw an email that was saying they were calling all arts and crafts people. Do you want to teach classes at Michael's using their products? And I didn't realize every Michael's has a room. I didn't realize that. They have rooms. They do cake decorating, all kinds of stuff in those rooms. I was like, oh, okay. So me being the hustler that I am, and said, let me add one more thing to my list. No, I was just like, I like being in front of people and teaching. I have my own workshops at my super organized university. I have my own workshops I do, and I thought, Michael's is it's all across the country.
Yeah.
And they'll pay me per student. Okay. So I pitched to them. They didn't come to me. I went to them and said, hi, I noticed you have organizing products there. What if I do this? And I pitched them, and they said, yes. They were like, we love that idea. No one else has ever come up with that. And everybody in my industry is like, James, how'd you do that? I'm like,
I just asked.
I think outside the box. Literally, and so outside the bin. I think outside the bin.
The bin.
I use my terms in industry. But I was thinking, wow, this would be a great part. It's a big name. It's a great partnership. And like I said, I can show them how to use the jewelry organizers. So I picked 7 items. So my classes are 7 items to get organized using Michael's products.
Excellent. And your next class is, tell us when.
February 8th.
This Saturday.
This Saturday, and I have one. No, your thing too. Your mom. And also on Leap Day, February 29th. And it's at Ocean Gate, which is here in Hawthorne.
Yeah.
The Ocean Gate, and they have a bunch of different places over there. But I love that location. They're great to work with. They have a small room. It's about 12 students per room, which is manageable for me. It's like a nice, manageable room. And I love doing it. So next one's February 8th. I'm very excited.
So that's this Saturday, everybody. Be sure to sign up ASAP. You know what? Go on Michael's right now, and I'll tell you more about how to get on and sign up for the class, because there's only 12 spaces. So
And it's
I want
only
you to.
$20.
It's only $20
for 2 hours, and you leave with presents.
I mean, you get all of this and organizer and presents, and you learn how to use these things effectively, and you get to meet James, who is fantastic. Please do sign up. Okay. We're talking to James of all trades, Lott Jr., my friend and special guest for today's episode. He's a professional organizer, life coach, podcast host, author, all-around multi-talented man. As we go into commercial break, I want to tell you how to sign up for James's community class on Michael's. You go on Michael's, and Brittany, our engineer, will show you the visual. You go on Michael's website, you click on classes and events, which is on the right-hand side, and scroll down for community classes, and James's class will be the first one that shows up after you click on community classes. So go to Ocean Gate, which is in Hawthorne, Rosecrans, El Segundo, in the South Bay. If you're in Greater LA or South Bay Beach cities, you need to be there this Saturday, okay? And sign up ASAP. It's only $20.
Yep.
All right, so you can find James if you like to work with him as an organizer. Have him host whatever thing that you're having. He's a great host, as you can tell. You can find him on superorganizeruniverse.com, and Brittany will show you how to find that website, as well as a lotofhelp.com, and for his coaching services. So my website is roseanney.com. You can find me there, or Instagram and Twitter at Roseanney Liu, for all of my books and everything that I do besides writing and hosting. So let's take a quick commercial break. And we'll be back soon. We'll listen to one of James's dance hits.
Yes, I am ready.
And then we'll come back in a minute for more with James Lott Jr.
I am ready for success. I am success. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I told the universe what I wanted. The universe replied, I will work with you and show you the way. These are the things you will need. You will need faith. You will need to surrender all negative thoughts. I am here for you. Get ready to listen with your mind and see with your heart. It all begins and ends with you. I am ready for success. I am success. I am ready. I am ready for success. I am success. I am ready. I told the universe what I wanted. The universe replied, I will work with you and show you the way. These are the things you will need. You will need faith. You will need to surrender all negative thoughts. I am here for you. Be ready to listen with your mind and see with your heart. It all begins and ends with you.
All right, we are back with Live Out Loud with Roseanney with my special guest today, James Lott Jr., super organizer, life coach, author, podcast, and show host. And we were talking during the break about TikTok.
Yes.
And I am just blown away. You've been on TikTok for how long, and you have how many followers?
Okay, so I just got on about maybe just a month ago. I think today is like a month. I already have 500 followers and almost 25,000 likes. And one of my videos is at 86,000 views.
I mean, what video was that got so many hits? The 86,000. What was that you were talking about?
I posted a video showing over on Crenshaw and Florence. There's a mural of Nipsey Hussle wearing a Kobe jersey.
Oh.
And I posted it right after that. So I just happened to come around and say, "Oh, this is really beautiful."
Yeah.
That one is still hitting. It went crazy.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And that's only a 15-second video, right?
Yeah.
That got
yeah.
86,000 hits,
views.
you guys, for being on TikTok for a month. I mean, that just tells me I need to get on it.
And
more.
here's the deal. So you can't really monetize anything yet. That's the only problem. But what I've done is I've linked it to my YouTube channel. And I've linked it to my Instagram page. So now I'm getting followers. That's where I monetize everything.
That's
so
where you monetize.
YouTube's where I monetize. So that's what I'm getting. Now I'm getting people venturing out and following me.
Basically, all your socials need to be somehow linked.
Well, they're all James Lott Jr.
Right.
Everything is James Lott Jr. And all my famous phrase. You can follow me where all James Lott Jrs are sold on social media platforms at James Lott Jr.
Yeah.
So my TikTok's James Lott Jr. My Instagram's it's all James Lott Jr.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're a super organizer. What is tell me the most annoying thing you see during one of the first organizing sessions with a new client that your clients need to nip in the bud in order to help this relationship of organizing their space? What is the most annoying thing people do that they need to just nip it in the bud?
Well, here's the deal. I don't get annoyed because I'm not invested in the outcome. I learned this in my life coaching school. I am off the hook for the outcome. My job is to come in and be of service to you, work with you, show you the different tools that I've learned that work and may work for you. But ultimately, when I leave the house or leave your garage or leave your office, it's on you. So for me, I also understand that not everyone, organizing is a learned behavior. You can learn it. But not everybody is mentally there.
Right.
So I have to go in knowing that already.
Yeah.
I used to be a nurse, so I understand illness, I understand mental illness, I understand just not being there completely. And it's just kind of like I go in with compassion and care is what I go in to every client.
Yeah.
And I just go, okay, well, if someone says I can't do that and they get frustrated, I stay calm.
Yeah.
I think it's my role. So I don't get annoyed. I really don't. I mean, people come up with stuff all the time. And I'm like, well, that's on them, and that's and they will unlock when they're ready to unlock. And I love when the clicks happen. And so a lot of times when I stay calm, maybe they won't. I have too many bells, but I can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
But to get rid of all the shoes over here. So screw worrying about the bells, James, super organizer. That's the win.
Yeah. Baby steps.
My phrase is small steps lead to large rewards.
Yes. But that's cool. It's very hard to not be emotionally invested in the client's outcome, because while you're helping them organize, you're also kind of their life coach. Because when someone is so messy and unkempt in their space, something else is happening in their life that they're not staying on top of, that they need coaching in that area too. Yet we can't always make them we can't make people lose weight or let go of alcoholism until they're ready.
I lost 2 clients 2 weeks ago. In the same week, I lost 2 longtime clients.
Wow.
And first time ever happened to me. One was an 11-year client and one was a 7-year client. And it really hit me in those moments. I was at the funeral for one of them on Monday, that I really am in their lives. I'm not invested in the outcomes, but I'm a cheerleader, and I grow to care about them as people. And so I'm really in their house. I'm in their stuff. It's very intimate.
Yeah.
And I cried when I finally both died. And I was really shocked by my response, but then I'm like, why am I shocked? I worked closely with them in their homes for years.
Yeah, you really knew them intimately.
Exactly. I saw all their dirty laundry, so to speak.
Literally, yeah.
Like
literally, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, so it hit me last week. Wow. Okay. I am emotionally invested on some level.
Yeah.
But not so much the outcome. It's like
Right.
their pacing. It's up to them. It's all up to them. You pay me to come in and do my job.
By the way, give us lots of likes and hearts if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. And if you want to call in with your questions, the number is 213-270-1969.
The year I was born.
Boom.
Was the year I was born, 1969.
Just as good as 77.
There you go, girl. I remember 77. I remember 77. I remember that year. I do. I went and saw Saturday Night Fever. The drive-in.
Lucky number 7,
Yes,
but
yes.
double the 7.
And Star Wars. Saw that too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it in the theater.
Now, when you work with a client on organizing their space, whether it's a room or a closet or the whole house, what should they come equipped with mentally so that they can ensure themselves the best possible outcome in working with you? Like, it's not necessarily a bin, but mentally, how should they prepare in order to get their money's worth?
Great question. They should come in and try to be as open to the process as they can.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, be prepared to feel any emotion you need to feel. It's very important because sometimes this bell, you look at it as a bell. No, my grandmother used to ring this bell every morning before I went to school, and she died 2 years ago. We got a phone call. Love that.
Hello, caller?
Hello,
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Morgan, and I'm calling from our home.
I love it.
Well, hello, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan.
Might you be my daughter, Morgan?
I love it. I love it.
All right, Morgan Getting. What's your question, miss? Is it for me or for James?
It's for James.
All right.
Hello, Miss
what's
Morgan.
Your TikTok account?
Oh, what's your TikTok account?
Okay,
That's
so
right.
it's James Lott Jr. So JamesLottJr. You go to find it.
Double
Okay.
T, okay, in the lot.
Yeah,
You
double
can,
T in a lot.
You can follow my daughter too. She's on there.
Yeah, you follow me, I'll follow you. I'll follow you back. So you follow me, I'll follow you back.
Okay.
And my
Okay.
account's completely G-rated. So that's all fun stuff. It's
Yeah.
all fun things.
Cool. Do you have other questions, Morgan? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Bye,
dude.
Morgan.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Oh, cute. Oh, cute. I got a new TikTok follower.
Probably the youngest caller
Ever.
Ever. Well, both of us ever had.
Ever had. But no, it's that everything has feeling and spirit in them.
Yeah.
So they may be unexpectedly feeling things they're not sure about. It may be laughter. It may be, oh my God, I had this bell when I was 10, and oh my, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And or they start crying. So I tell
Yeah.
people, it's okay. We can stop and start at any time of the process. Just be open to your emotions and let them out.
Right.
You're safe with me. Let them out. I won't tell anybody. It's client privilege, client whatever privilege. Don't worry about it. Because a lot of times they come in and I'm ready to go. We're going to get rid of these bells. We're going to do this. It's like, yeah, calm down a little bit. I know you're excited. I'm going to harness that excitement. But remember, you may get a picture that may set you off.
Right.
Or this may make you sad. And that may slow down. And it's okay to do that. So I always say come mentally open that things are going to feel all the emotions.
And, it's not always about getting rid of stuff.
No.
It's about organizing your
Okay,
stuff.
first of all, I'm glad. Okay, I want to say this.
It's not like you're going to come in and throw everybody's shit
Okay,
away.
I'm glad you said that.
It's about putting them neatly in a pile and using Michael's bins so that when you do want to look at them, you know exactly where to go in that corner of the house and reminisce over your grandmother's bell.
I want to tell people the biggest misconception of organizers that we're going to tell you to come in and throw all the stuff away. That's not what we do.
Right?
That's not. We have no investment in your stuff. It's just about, it's the stuff choking you. It's the stuff stifling you. It's the stuff making you not be able to do stuff. That's what it is. So we look at it together and figure out ways to either put it in the right place. People, here's something people don't realize. 3 drawers in a drawer.
Yeah.
The top 2 drawers are stuffed to the gills. The bottom drawer has 1 sweater in it.
What? I mean, what?
People forget about that bottom drawer.
Yeah, it's there.
So many times it's just placement of items that will make it actually more organized and make your space larger.
Right? It's like something so simple, but they don't see it
No.
until you come in and show them, dude, you have another drawer. You can even everything out a little bit here. And so you can actually open the top two drawers
Right.
more,
or your pantry,
Yeah.
It's like you have everything way at the top over here stuffed in this corner, but this whole little area is just kind of thin. It's like you can spread it out. I mean, there's things sometimes it's placement, sometimes it's location, sometimes it's using the space properly. And I just did a TikTok on a blog on don't buy organizing products until you know how to use them properly.
Yes.
People buy bins and say, I got all these bins. Well, are they the right size? Will they fit where you're putting them? Like, there's all these questions that come up.
Yes.
First, handle your stuff, and then you buy the products to help that. So I'm glad you said that.
I can't tell you how many times I've bought bins at Bed Bath & Beyond. Go home and realize, oh, that doesn't really quite work with what I'm trying to do here. And I have to return them.
Right.
So, yeah, get to know really what was it that we're putting away and measure things out before you go to the store and buy them.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you've done so many different things. Tell me on the top of your head, what's your favorite thing that you've done in your career?
The music.
The music.
It's been, the Brittany girl.
Our AV engineer, Brittany, is like, yeah.
She has an EP out herself, so she knows about the music.
She loves music, too.
I love being in a studio, and one of my favoriteest things that I've done in my 11 years of just this industry, I got to work with Pete Mills. Hi, Pete Mills, a great songwriter, composer, and we co-wrote a song together. It's coming out this year. It's called Lost and Found. But being in a studio with him and his genius and creating this song from scratch and my emotions, and he was feeling my emotions. It's a very serious subject for me that you guys would love when you hear it. It's me singing in a key I've never sang before. He challenged me.
Wow.
It was like the whole experience, one of the best experiences I had in my entire life. But
God.
I love being in a studio. I write all my own songs.
Yeah.
I love writing. I love my background singers. I did an album with an orchestra, which is one of my favorite things that I ever did in my entire life. I had to record in front of an orchestra.
Wow.
Doing spoken word. It was like, that's really done.
Yeah.
I looked around. There's nobody else who's done spoken word from an orchestra. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm one of the first.
Yeah.
So the music part has actually been the biggest surprise for me of everything I've ever done. I love being in the studio. I love the music.
So when can we find Lost and Found? This song that
It'll be coming out soon.
Okay.
Go to my SoundCloud page, James Lott Jr., and you can find all my music there and start there. It links up. I'm on every social media platform. I'm on Spotify and Pandora and Google and Apple and all that. But SoundCloud page, James Lott Jr.,
Yeah.
make it very simple, has all my music on there. I have like 4 albums, 2 EPs, and
Wow.
singles. I have songs in Spanish. I mean, I have all
Oh
kinds
my
of stuff on there.
gosh,
Yes.
wow.
I have songs in Spanish.
You're like an onion, you're just multi-layered.
Yes,
I mean,
and-
I knew you did a lot,
Yes.
but like as we keep talking and talking, I didn't know you're just so prolific
I am.
in everything that you do.
I
Holy
have,
shit,
I
4
have-
albums?
I have music fans. I
I
actually
believe
fans
it.
who like my music.
Oh my God.
And my most successful songs are my Spanish songs.
How,
So I'm working on a Spanish album right now.
it's so odd. It's fascinating.
I know. And that was done, and that was literally out of somebody saying, James, you have this voice. You want to record a song? And I Am Ready was the song that I recorded that started everything. That song we played tonight that was 4.5 years ago. That started this whole journey of the music part. I was doing it for fun, but actually I'm making some money off it. I'm getting royalty checks.
I can't wait to listen to your next album, especially Lost and Found. I'm gonna love.
It's going to be good. The next album is going to be very interesting because I came out of a lot of tragedy and Bell's palsy and all things I went through. It's
Yeah.
going to be a very interesting album.
Yeah. All right. Just a reminder, if you want to call in for more questions for James or myself, the number's 213-270-1969, James's birth year. Or you
Yes.
can leave us a comment on Instagram or Facebook. We're live streaming right now at the After Party Inglewood, as well as on my Facebook page, right on Roseanney Liu, my personal page. So let's play a round of
Okay.
randos, shall we?
I love random.
We love randos.
Yes.
And you sing that on Ellen. I saw it on Ellen.
Okay.
We each have a bell.
Okay.
And the round of randos is random questions that seemingly do not relate to each other.
Okay.
And you just say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
And
So
just,
you're going to ask me a question. I'm just going to say.
you're going to say whatever and you ding your bell
Okay. Do I ding it first or afterwards?
after you say your answer.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
And then after you say your answer, I'll say my answer.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you the second question.
Got it.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. Favorite drink?
Tequila.
Painkiller.
Xanax.
we got it. We gotta go on to the next question. It just doesn't go on.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask you a different question.
Oh, okay. I'm like, sure, okay.
Okay, second question. The one organization tool nobody should go without in their home.
Tape measure.
Kitchen drawer dividers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Your biggest dream goal.
To meet Barbra Streisand.
To be New York Times bestselling author touring 21 cities internationally.
Okay.
The one quality that any good show host must have.
Oh, the first thing comes to mind. To know that you're entertaining your audience.
To be curious.
Okay.
The biggest aha moment of your career.
My career. That I am good.
That I have to do things to please myself first and foremost. The Super Bowl halftime show with J-Lo and Shakira, was it tasteless or was it dope?
It was dope.
Dope, dope, dope.
I know. People are too much.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the weirdest thing you've ever found when organizing a client's home?
A bowl of cereal on the floor.
Just
Dried up. Underneath stuff.
with the milk dried up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was very strange.
Yeah, I can't answer this because I'm not an
But
organizer.
yeah.
Wow. So how many days was the cereal left there?
I have no idea because there was a layer of clothes. And I reset. There was a layer of papers. And then I found in the middle of the floor a bowl of cereal. I think it was Frosted Flakes, dried up, caked to the floor.
I'm sorry, but that's a crime to leave a bowl of Frosted
I
Flakes.
know, hello.
You must finish Frosted Flakes. When you start your bowl, I'm sorry, that's my favorite cereal.
Oh, it is already.
I always finish. You must finish a bowl of Frosted. If you start it, you must finish Frosted Flakes. That and Lucky Charms. You cannot leave it unfinished, people.
I'm a Fruity Pebbles person. That's okay. Fruity Pebbles, girl. Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, you guys like the sweet. I like the sweet too.
Yes.
Frosted Flakes. All right. So to remind you, James's Michael's class in Hawthorne is this Saturday. What time is that class?
From 4 to 6 p.m.
4 to 6 p.m. Go to Michael's. Brittany's going to show you that Michael's page again. Go to community events or classes up on top. Click on community classes, and James's class is the first thing that shows up. Sign up. It's only $20. You get to meet this amazing person and learn how to use some products.
And I'm hijacking her show right now. I'm giving her a present for her first a bag of goodies.
Yes!
That's for you because
I love the bag of goodies. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Congratulations.
And I love wine too.
Of
You know
course,
me.
we love wine.
You know me.
Yeah, we love wine.
And I
But
love lots of other goodies
I
too.
gave you specific products on purpose.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I want to also mention.
Oh, phone call. Okay.
Oh, there's another phone call. Okay. Hello, caller. You're on.
Hi, Mom.
Okay. I love that. My kids are my biggest fans.
Exactly. I love it.
What else can I ask for? Hello, Jackson. What can we do for you? Do you have a question for Mr. James?
No. I just want to tell you I did my social studies reading.
Oh, thank you. He did his homework.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amen. Good job.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, you sure you don't have a question for, do you have a question for Mr. James about how to organize your study stuff, maybe?
No, but you guys did good.
Oh my God, kids.
I love it. I love it.
At least they're honest. Well,
They are honest.
Thanks for calling in, Jackson.
Thank you,
I'll
Jackson.
see you at home.
Great name.
Okay.
Bye. All right, you can also find James at a lot of help, double T, LOTT, of help.com, and the Super Organizer Universe to book him to organize your life, your home, your office, so that, you know what they say, an organized space is an organized mind and an organized life.
I agree with that completely.
So find him on all socials at James Lott Jr. Find me at Roseanney Liu on all socials, as well as my website, just roseanney.com. Thanks for tuning in. And tune in 2 weeks from now, 2 Wednesdays from now. You know, one of my favorite topics is international travels.
So yes, you love that. Yes, it is.
You and I talked about
Yes.
Dubai. You got to go to
I
Dubai
want to go
soon.
by so bad. I don't know about that.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And my guest in 2 weeks will be the travel concierge couple who helped me plan Dubai.
Oh, how funny. Okay. I'll have to watch that
That's
show.
one of their businesses.
I will watch that show.
So tune in 2 weeks as I chat with them about their home-based businesses, which is a health product as well as their travel concierge. And they hold down a 9-to-5 job on top of that and are raising 2 little boys in Chicago.
See?
They're organized.
See?
They can do it.
They can do it.
So thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, this is your life. You do you. Pursue all your dreams and goals with passion and live out loud. See you next time.
Bright and shiny, bold and proud, deep and rich, strong and loud, filling the sky, nice and high, far and wide, at my side. Yellow is the color for me. Yellow is the color you see. Yellow is the color I'm free. Yellow is the color, baby. Yellow is the color for me. Yellow is the color you see.